Welcome back to another episode here of Cookies Enabled. I am Will, your host, and I know it has been a long time since you've seen a new episode here on the channel, but I am back to bring you some awesome videos, and hopefully you guys will stick around to find out what we got for you today is, oh no, my Facebook's been hacked. How do I recover it? I got some tips for you guys to get you back on track in no time, so stick around. Let's learn something new together. So our primary focus for this video is going to be Facebook, and that is because it is the easiest to hack out of all the other social medias, and I'm gonna kind of break down some tips as to why that is later in the video, so stick around. But right now we're gonna work on how to just gain control if you've been hacked. Maybe your friend came up to you and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been getting nonstop messages from you, and I don't know what's going on. You're obviously completely clueless, you have no idea what's going on. This means that somebody has hacked your Facebook, which is really easy to do. So we're going to get control of your Facebook. And the first thing you're going to want to do is go to a computer or a device like your phone that you use continuously or regularly to check your Facebook. So start there. Go to that computer, go to that phone, and try logging in. Obviously, you won't be able to, or it'll give you some kind of login screen, and that is okay because we want to click on the forgot password button, and we're going to go through that whole process of forgetting and resetting your password. Once your password is reset, make sure the password that you use to generate a new one is actually something new. Don't use a variant of an older password. If your old password was, green Toyota 22, don't do green Toyota 23. Do something totally different. And I'm going to give you tips on better passwords later on in the video as well. So you've changed your Facebook password. Oh, you should be out of the woods. Now you can log in and log out of your Facebook on all of your devices again. Oh, whew. Oh, no, you're not out of the woods just yet. You actually need to go change your email password as well. And that is one way these people are getting into and getting access to your Facebook, is that usually your email and your Facebook have the same password, and that is a problem. No, no, no. We do not want to share passwords with primary accounts like your email, your Facebook, Instagram, and so on. Most of these accounts are linked on the back end or the server side, so if they get into one account, they can get into all your accounts as well. This is why you need to have multiple different passwords. And again, I am not talking about green Toyota 23, 24, 25. That is not a different password. That is the same password. And to a hacker, that is a breeze because that's the first thing they're going to try. It's just variants of older passwords that you already know. So make sure you've changed your Facebook password first, then change your email password to something different than what you just created for your new Facebook account. And thus, this should lock out any hackers that are trying to get in or access to your account for now. The final step for Facebook especially is setting up the two-step verification process, which is actually really easy to do. You're going to go back into your Facebook account, and in the upper right-hand corner, you'll either have the three little lines, three little dots, or a settings bar. You're going to click that option, and in there, you should be able to set up your two-step verification process, which is going to either need another email account that is not linked to your current email, or a phone, which is primarily where it's going to push you to use, is some kind of cell phone that also has Facebook installed with that same account. And thus, that will be used as a buffer zone in case somebody does try to hack you again. They'll send you a text message instead of all these random emails and crap that everybody misses. So definitely keep those in mind. Those three things again: change your Facebook password to something new. Don't use an old one. Brand new password. Change your email that is linked to that Facebook account to something new and not the same password that you just created. And then 3, set up your two-step verification process through Facebook to prevent future hackers from getting access at all. And thus, then you can have a sigh of relief knowing that your account is fully secure and you will not have to worry about hackers again in the future, or at least for a while now. So, how are these hackers getting your information and guessing these passwords so easily? I'm going to explain some tricks that they use to get your password information from you right from your main wall. So stick around and I'll explain all this in just a minute. Okay, so before we jump to those tips and tricks as to how to recover a Facebook account that has been lost or hacked, and you can't just recover the password, or how they're getting that information right from your wall, we are going to check in with our resident nerd here at Cookies Enabled to see what we can do to prevent our passwords from getting stolen in the first place, and how to create a secure password that is easy to remember. So, nerd, take it away. Well, hello, and thank you, Will, for inviting me onto the show. It's it's been a really busy holiday season, and I've been doing the best I can to keep up with the requests from Facebook about the hacking. So, here are some tips for passwords that won't be taken right away and or hacked easily. Your first password I suggest is that you use what I call the three N's, and that is N as in Nancy. It's going to be noun, and then a number, and then another noun. And you can also use special characters to kind of break it up a little bit. So a good example of this would be bird 27 flight. And what that does is you see the bird and the flight are connected. And then the number 27 could just be something that you remember personally. And another one could be Chevy 2000 jump with an exclamation point, because that's just fun. And, you know, Chevys, they kind of jump a little when you give it some gas. So there's a kind of a connection there, which makes it easy for you to remember. And 2000 was a good year too, so that's also easier to remember. But so what your goal here is to try to do is a noun, a number, and another noun. And if you can remember a special character in there somewhere, that will really help break up the passwords. Now, again, I know Will's already pointed out you don't want to repeat passwords, so don't do bird 28 flight and bird 29 flight with an exclamation point or something. That's not different enough from the other passwords. They'll get caught right away, so be careful there. And my last tip for you is that all of your social media passwords and any email account linked to those passwords should all be different. Now that means that if your Instagram is a different email than your Facebook, and you know, maybe you got Yahoo on one and Hotmail on another, you're going to want to make sure all those passwords are different. And again, don't just change the number there. You know, make it something special. Now, if you have a hard time remembering your passwords, because this is something I get a lot too, you're gonna want to make sure you get a password book. And I don't have mine around here. I usually carry it with me. I don't know where I put it. That's a problem. Don't lose your password book. But when you get a password book, you can get it at the Dollar Tree for $1.25 now, and that'll allow you to record all your passwords on something physical that can't be hacked by the internet. So that way you don't have to worry about people getting in and stealing all your passwords like those fancy companies like LifeLock. So just be careful who you're giving your money to and who you're giving your passwords to as well. Back to you, Will. Thanks for having me on the show. Okay, thank you again, Resident Nerd, for helping us out create new passwords that are stronger and better and won't be easily stolen, as well as where to put your password in case you forget it and where to find it. So thank you again, Resident Nerd. We will see you again in future episodes. Thank you, thank you. So here are 2 tips that I should be pointing out to you guys probably at the beginning of the video, but I'm making you wait till the end. So here's a few tips for you guys just in case you didn't know. One way that these hackers get your password easily from Facebook and or your wall is by posting quizzes. Such as, what is your first car that you had, or your favorite animal that you remember as a child growing up? Things like that. You'll see these quizzes and stuff pop up on people's web or on walls, and then they'll share these to other walls, and people just get carried away. Oh, my first dog was, you know, Fido, and we loved him, and we took care of him. Well, maybe your password is Fido123, and that's probably not a bad place for these hackers to start. So that's where a lot of this information comes from. It's just information that you're giving out on your wall could actually lead to one of your old passwords. If you're hinting at an old car you used to drive, or an old school you used to go to, or even your mother's maiden name could be a problem. So be careful what information you're giving out on your Facebook, especially directly on your wall, and make sure that what you do post on your wall is only visible to your friends. This can all be changed in the settings, so make sure you check those out as well. Now, the last thing I want to point out is how to recover a Facebook account that you can't just click the forgotten password button like I was mentioning before. For this, you'll want to go again to the computer that you always log into Facebook on, or the device, and go to Google this time, and you're going to type in Facebook hacked account recovery. This should bring you to a Facebook link where it actually will break down different steps, kind of like I already went through on how to change your password and recover things. But if it will actually say in the very first link, click here if the password change doesn't work. You click that option, and again, what you're going to do now is type in your old username and or email that was attached to that Facebook account, as well as whatever old password you used last. It might ask you this a couple of times, and it might even ask you for another email or some other way to verify that it's you, and it will give you a list to choose from of people and or accounts that match, and you click the one that is yours, and voila, it'll unlock it for you. So that is how you're going to do that through Facebook. Hopefully that helps recover any lost accounts that you haven't been able to find for years, or maybe you were locked out by some hacker years ago. You can recover it. Don't worry, it is possible. So hopefully this video was helpful to everybody. Again, I know it's been months since we've released a new video, so hopefully this is something new. Sorry if the quality of the video is a little different. I'm trying a different camera. It's actually an older camera, and I will probably do a video on this in the future, but I hope you guys learned something new. I know I did, and let us know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you all for your feedback on our previous videos and for loving the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. I'm Will, your host, and I will see you all next time. Take it easy, everybody.